Over the past few months, I've been thinking more deeply about measuring productivity. When running your business, we want to measure the productivity of our customers. Are they gaining value from using our product? Internally, you want to measure the productivity of your teammates. Finally, for yourself, how do you measure your productivity? Well, I want to share with you an amazing insight that comes from an unlikely industry, beverage distribution. So in the beverage industry, beverage companies that sell you soda and bottled water, they partner with third-party distribution companies. The next time you walk into a convenience store and you see a case of Coke, ask yourself, how did that get there? Now, chances are a guy pulled up with a truck, pulled out a hand truck, loaded a few cases of Coke, and brought it to the fridge. So how does the beverage distribution industry measure the productivity of their workforce? Well, they measure goals like delivery time, fuel costs. For us, in the startup world, we measure sales by goals like revenue per quarter. If we have a sales team, we look at attainment, which is the percentage measuring how close the sales team or account exec got to their sales goal. But is this the best way to measure productivity? Now, going back to the beverage distribution example, I learned about a regional beverage distributor that measures productivity in a novel way. This company measures the unit of work that the delivery guy has to perform for every client. They count the number of steps from the truck all the way to the fridge. So if there's a set of steps they have to take up, well, that's counted as an amount of work that they have to do. If they're taking an elevator going up 3 floors, they also measure that and they count the unit of work. So for every client that they distribute cans of Coke to, they know the exact unit of work that it requires to fulfill the order. Now, if you're able to figure out the exact unit of work to measure, it unlocks huge upsides. First, you know exactly how much it costs to deliver the order to that specific customer. They know exactly how much to pay the delivery guys. And you know what? The delivery guys, they love it. Now, for example, if you're delivering 4 cases of Coke to a specific client and it's tough, there's a set of stairs, there's an elevator, and then you gotta haul it all the way to the back of the store to their fridge. But I'm paid according to my unit of work, and so it's fair. For another client that has less unit of work, even though it's 4 cases of Coke, it's easier to get to them, I'm paid less. Again, it's fair. So when you measure the unit of work, incentives are truly aligned. Now, another upside to accurately measuring the unit of work is that you're able to know your costs. Now, going back to the beverage distribution example, imagine that client with 4 cases of Coke says to you, you know, one of your competitors, they came to me, they're offering to deliver the same 4 cases of Coke, but for 20% cheaper. Because you measured the unit of work, you know the exact cost structure of having that client. Your competitor doesn't. So you would tell your client, well, go ahead, go with the competitor with the cheaper price, because you know when they do that, your competitor will ultimately lose money on that client because they don't realize how hard it is to truly serve that client. So in a way, as long as you're measuring the unit of work, every customer who turns to your competitor for so-called better pricing is actually accelerating the downfall of your competitors. So my advice to startup founders, ask yourself if you're measuring the correct unit of work for your customers or for your teammates. If you're Spotify, you're measuring the number of minutes users are listening to. If you're OpenAI, you're measuring the number of input or output tokens of the AI models. If you measure it correctly and you incentivize using it, then there's alignment. But if you get it wrong, you just lost product market fit. So what are some good novel ways of measuring unit of work that you've seen, or maybe that you've gone through, or what are the war stories, the bad examples of unit of work that you've been measured by? I would love to hear that. Please share those in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.